The IRCC has finally launched the Rural Community Immigration Program as well as the Francophone Community Immigration Program, but we're going to be focusing on the Rural Community Immigration Program because a lot of my subscribers would be more interested in this. But if you want to go for the other one, which is the Francophone Community Immigration Program, let me know in the comment section so I can give you updates about that program as well. So like I promised when this program was announced that I'm going to bring you the latest update. This program was officially launched on the 30th of January 2025. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the recent update about this program, the eligibility criteria, and I'm also going to be showing you the list of the participating community because it has finally been released. There are 14 communities that IRCC has released to participate in this program. So guys, in order for you not to get confused, please let me make this clarification. I had posted 2 videos about opportunities for you to move to rural communities in Canada this year, and so I want to state that those 2 opportunities to move to rural communities are majorly for the province of Ontario and Manitoba, and it is clearly different from this. This particular program is a general program in the whole of Canada. And the government IRCC had selected about 14 rural communities across many provinces. So this is not limited to a particular province. This cut across several provinces in Canada. So please don't get it mixed up. Like I would always say that the urban part of Canada is already saturated and the rural communities are having critical labor shortages, and this is why you are seeing Canada and different provinces launching new pilot program for the communities, to combat these labor shortages. So you can see this from the horse's mouth. This is the new release by IRCC on the 30th of January. So let me take you through that. You can see it boldly written here. Rural and Francophone minority communities make vital contributions to Canada's economy and culture, but they frequently face unique labor market and demographic challenges as the majority of Canadians and newcomers settle in Canada's urban centers. Did you hear that, guys? Underline it. Even newcomers, they prefer to settle in Canada's urban center. And in particular, the rural and northern immigration pilot was successful in connecting businesses and employers in remote communities with the skilled newcomers they need to drive. So Canada has identified the fact that a lot of people moving into Canada prefer settling down in urban centers, and that's why they are trying as much as possible to restrict the influx of newcomers into the urban centers because those places are already saturated. So that's the news you hear everywhere. Canada is trying to close, Canada is trying to restrict newcomers and all of that. It is mainly for the urban centers, and that's why I'm always hammering it on my channel for you guys that if you want to move to Canada, especially in 2025, look away from urban centers for now and look at the rural communities. You can see other provinces coming up with theirs. So this is a pointer to the fact that there are labor shortages in the rural part of Canada, but you have to state your intention that you're going to stay in these rural communities at least for a few years. When you're now fully settled and you have your permanent residence, you can now choose to move to the urban centers. Guys, this is an opportunity for you, and this is less competitive because of course Canadians and newcomers that are already in Canada are not going to be competing with you. I'm saying this over and over again. So guys, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do join the family. It is free to subscribe. Please like the video and share with your friends and family. For my returning subscribers, I really appreciate the massive support you guys keep giving me. Thank you. If you have any question, any concern at all, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. I try as much as possible to answer questions and even comments on this channel. So guys, the good thing about this program is that it's a pathway to permanent residence in Canada. So meaning you can move to Canada with your family and become a permanent resident. So if you want to move to Canada in 2025, it's going to be an amazing opportunity for you. Or you are already in Canada and you want to transit to permanent residency, especially if you are probably an international student or whatever your situation is, you can look into this program as well. Now, RCIP is a community-driven immigration pathway designed to attract skilled foreign workers to rural areas in Canada that need more workers. Now, the goal is to fill labor shortages while helping communities grow by welcoming newcomers who are ready to settle there for a long term. So this program is available for candidates who have the skills and experience to fill labor shortages in specific rural communities outside Quebec and are willing to live and work long term in one of these communities. Now, let's take a look at the selected communities that are going to participate in this exciting new program. On the 30th of January 2025, IRCC finally released the list of the participating communities, and there are 14 communities in number. These communities are spread across 5 provinces in Canada. So each selected community is represented by a local economic development organization which will work with Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, that's the IRCC, to identify its critical labor gap, designate trustworthy employers, and recommend suitable candidates to IRCC for permanent residence. So IRCC has begun training the economic development organizations, and each community will provide details and timeline on when employers and prospective permanent residence candidates can expect to have a chance to apply. So you can see that IRCC has started training, the economic development organizations. So they are going to work together to release the list of trustworthy employers. So we are expecting the communities to start releasing the list of their designated employers. So as soon as each of these 14 communities start releasing the list of their trustworthy and designated employers for this program, I'm going to come up with those lists, and I'm going to show you how to begin to apply directly to these employers. So the following communities will participate in the Rural Communities Immigration Pilot. This is the list of the participating community. There are 14 of them. You can see them here. I'm going to attach it for you to see, and here is the list for the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program. So if you understand French, you are going to fall under the other category, which is the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program. So for that, we only have 6 communities for the FCIP. So guys, each of these communities will be represented by a local economic development organization which will work with IRCC to identify labor shortages, nominate reliable employers for the program, and recommend them to IRCC for permanent residency. So that's how it's going to work. As soon as I'm able to lay my hands on that, it has not been released yet. They are still working on it. So as soon as it is released, guys, I'm going to share it with you and also show you how you can begin to apply and start sending your application to those employers. So now you want to ask me, what are the eligibility criteria? So the first criteria is that you must have a job offer from a designated employer approved by a local employment development organization. Another criteria is work experience. You must have a minimum level of work experience of between 9 months to 2 years, depending on your occupation if you are outside Canada. But if you are within Canada, probably you are an international graduate from Canadian institution, you might be exempted from having work experience if you meet specific conditions. So another requirement is the language proficiency. The required CLB depends on the NOC category of the job that you are gotten. The fourth eligibility criteria is education. You must have at least a secondary or high school diploma or equivalent. Then another requirement is proof of funds. You must prove that you are having enough money to support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. Of course, this is usually low because already you have a job that pays you, so it is relatively lower than other pathways. So you also must, another requirement is that you must intend to reside in any of this rural community that has offered you the job. Another condition is that, so if you are able to meet up with these requirements, you are going to be issued a certificate of recommendation from a local economic development organization at the time of your application. So this would be issued to you after you must have gotten a job offer. Then with this, you can now proceed to apply for your permanent residency. Please, it is important to note that for those already in Canada, you must have valid temporary resident status at the time of your application. So you must also maintain valid status until you receive your permanent residence. So that's for those already in Canada. So RCIP is a replacement of the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, and it was, it stopped accepting application in August 2024, but according to the Minister of Immigration, they are planning to make RNIP a permanent immigration program in the future. So you can stay tuned. As soon as they reopen the application, I'm also going to notify you on the channel. So this means that Canada is committed to long-term rural immigration solutions. So you can be rest assured that Canada is opening its doors for you. If you want to move to the rural part, then Canada is willing to welcome you with open arms. So please stay tuned to this channel. I'm going to be bringing up this update as soon as I lay my hands on them.